giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Good morning, good people. Welcome to A to Z Sports Live, presented by the Cochran Firm and Boston Scientific, streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. And of course, I am your host, Will Skywalker Steele. Boom! Fine. Whew. It's been a minute since we were able to come on here and preview the next game, and I'm excited to talk about Cowboys, Packers, looking at the Cowboys offense against that Packers defense, some of the things I saw on tape, what I noticed, and where I think the Cowboys have a big-time advantage. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one because they definitely can do this very well against this team, but then they'll have to hunker down once it's time to hit pay dirt. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit here, Cowboys Nation, and of course in the roundup. This Odell Beckham thing is not going away, man. It's not going away, and the recruiting is heating up on Twitter, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. At the very least, Cowboys Nation, this has been entertaining. Seriously, I had some fun. I'm having fun with this because it may not happen. The pessimistic acquire free agent guy in me doesn't believe it'll happen, but man, not only are the players now having fun with it, the fans have already been having fun with it, the coaches is getting into it, the owner always going to talk. But it hit a fever pitch yesterday, and we'll talk about that and the roundup. Phone line, somebody already called in, if you want to. 351-999-3787. It's right there. Give us a call, and shout out to y'all. Welcome to Dallas Drama in Dallas. You know, if I had, that's what Oscar said, if I happen to be just a little bit closer to the star, I'd probably be wandering around over there. I'm about 15 minutes, depending on traffic, 20 minutes. But man, I bet it's definitely interesting, because if he were to happen to be coming in for a visit or whatever, it would be one of those situations where all the media would be at the star, and it'd just be crazy. But yeah, the Dallas drama doesn't go away. But this drama, I'm fine with this drama. This is fun drama. This isn't anything that I think is detrimental to the team, nothing like that. This is the potential to add a guy, who isn't causing any stir while he's a free agent, hasn't done anything. He's just coming off of injury. Just a Super Bowl champion coming off of injury. That's all it is, man. But yeah, I don't mind this drama here. It's the other stuff that gets on my nerves. But when you're a Cowboy fan, you become numb to it. Don't become numb to greatness, but become numb to this damn drama in Dallas. Let's hit this roundup real quick, and I promise y'all this will not be a terribly long show. We're going to hit this roundup, and we're going to get right into this Packers stuff, and then we'll take some calls and see what's cracking.
It's time! It's time! It's time! It's time! It's time. It is time for.
It's time for the morning roundup. Round 'em up, boys.
Oh, they do it. Hey, oh, they do it.
Hey, yo. Speaking of that drama, again, man, this thing has hit a fever pitch. The tweet is there, and we'll get to the tweet here in a second. But before that, during the show yesterday, Jerry Jones went on the radio, and I said this on Vacha's show, and he talked a lot about Odell Beckham. Like, again, I don't listen to much of what Jerry says, but when you talk about a free agent this much, there is no denying. Like, you can't deny it that they are having these conversations in there when McCarthy brings it up, when Jerry brings it up, when obviously Mike is trying to recruit him here. Everyone wants this guy in that building, it seems like. And Jerry just kept talking about Odell. He said, Odell is someone that we have all the appreciation in the world for as a competitor. And I know that the Cowboys star in the helmet, when he puts it on, it's interesting, says when he puts it on, it could look pretty good. We know that he's coming off an injury, but he showed that he could do it and do it well last year. Something that I've been saying, like, done it before, so let's see if he can do it again. That will go in the mix real good. His past dealing with adversity of injury and rehab, I think that tells you a lot. And the final quote I got is, I think you're looking at a player whose experience far outweighs any of that ambiguity involved with how he's going to fit your system. From a system standpoint, I think he's an excellent fit. I just think it's all about what he looks like from injury. But that's Jerry's little pitch to him publicly, I think. Here's Micah's pitch to him. FanDuel dropped something with a picture of Odell Beckham, and Micah was like, man, OBJ, talk to me. Let's do this. Odell responded, which he was responding all day yesterday. He said, shout out to the wire. You tell me. You know all the fam on my daddy's side down there. I'm just trying to win wherever I go. He already listed the Cowboys as a name, so we know, he's interested in Dallas. Jerry's interested in Dallas. Somebody had wrote under the comments the other day and was like, well, do you think the coaches have enough juice to persuade Jerry Jones to go get Odell Beckham? It ain't Jerry Jones I need to persuade him. No. In every way, this is a Jerry Jones move if you were to sign him just off the name alone, right? Like, he could suck, but if Odell Beckham gets here, you're talking about star power and all that stuff. That's right up Jerry's alley. Y'all know it's Steven that has to be persuaded. Come on now. You know it's Steven that needs the persuading because we're talking about probably a multi-year deal and whatnot. So this thing ain't going to go away. It just seems to get more interesting by the day. Like I said, at the very least, this is a fun little conversation, a rumor, or whatever you want to call it, that's going on in the Cowboys world. Maybe it comes to a head this weekend. If anything breaks, I think we might get that little Friday news bit going into the weekend, going into Sunday. Jerry is very particular in how he likes to drop his news, but I have a hard time thinking it'll be something that happens without a visit. So I just guessing there. I think it'd be likely that Odell would fly into Dallas, meet with the Cowboys trainers, see how that knee is looking. Not a tryout, but just see how he's moving around. Talk to the coaches, and if that were to happen, it'd be one of those things where you don't want to let him leave the building. So I think we'll get that first. Hell, maybe they'll just say, "Hey, we'll Zoom you and we'll get it over with." So who knows? But this thing has hit a fever pitch, and I think we're going to be talking about this into the weekend, man. Into the weekend. He already hitting the phone lines, already dropping donations. Toxic said, when OBJ doesn't sign here, are we back to Peyton? Who's Sean Payton? No, we ain't talked about Sean Payton all year because we 6-2. Yeah. When or if he doesn't sign here, we just go back to a regularly scheduled program. All right, let's hit this phone line presented by the Pulse of Nation, presented by the Cochran Firm. Since 2005, our guys Larry Taylor and Brian Pope have been handling the most challenging civil cases involving personal injury, wrongful death, fraud, truck and automobile accidents, class actions, and much, much more. All of their cases, or civil cases, are handled on a contingent fee basis. If there is no financial recovery, then they charge no fee. Very welcoming place up there at the Cochran Firm. As you can see, we did our show there one day. These guys are down-to-earth, real people that will hear you out and fight for you in the DFW area. If you want to get in touch with them, call them at 1-800-THE-FIRM or visit CochranTexas.com. 267, you was up in here early. What's goody?
Yo, what's up, Will? We don't like these 304s, man.
Hey, what's up, fam?
Hey, I got two things. Well, actually, 2 1/4 things.
2 and a possible.
First off, I went into work. Wait, what's that?
2 and a possible. Spades.
Yeah. Well, so I went into work today, after that comment that I made on Vacha's show yesterday, my antennas were up. I was like, all right, cool. I still got a job.
Be careful, man. You know how the social medias, man. Social medias, people will find a clip and post it. See, nowadays I got to be careful because people get real weird, man.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Two things. So, people are talking about, well, Aaron Rodgers is coming into this game and he's so motivated to win this game. That's great. Like, we got a whole team that's motivated to win this game from Mike McCarthy, and we're coming off a bye week, and we're more talented than them. So I don't understand why people are scared.
Well, I haven't really got that temperature from Cowboys fans, but I think what it is, honestly, you know what I've seen? What's your real name? I don't want to call you. We don't wipe those 304s. Chris. You know what it is, Chris? It's because Aaron Rodgers, right? The things he's done to the Cowboys in the regular season, in 2017, in 2014 in the postseason, in 2016 in the postseason. It's because of the Aaron Rodgers. But like I was teasing at the beginning of the year, man, this ain't 2014. This ain't 2017. This ain't 2016. And that ain't that same man. That ain't that same team, and neither are the Cowboys, man. So I'm not as up in arms about it.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And, is it me, or it might sound crazy, like Andy Reid and Mike McCarthy have like a very similar type of career trajectory. Is that just me? Like, because I was thinking about that earlier.
No, I think you're about right. I mean, they both won a Super Bowl. Now, the different time periods in their career, but been to a ton of championship games. Very successful career. I think both have had a franchise quarterback. Two of them. When you think about it, yeah. I mean, sure. I mean, different. It looked different. One's always routinely ahead in regards offensively and has made many regular quarterbacks look better and flipped them, and the other has had Aaron Rodgers for a while, won the Super Bowl and some success. But when you look at it from a vacuum, yeah, it kind of looks the same.
Yeah, because it's just like weird to me because Mike McCarthy gets I feel like way too much slander. Like, I think he's a pretty good head coach.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree. And we try. We've done it here, giving him his credit this season. But it's always in Dallas. Yeah, but right. Like in order you got to do it in the postseason for Dallas fans and Dallas in general, and that's how it should be. It's been too long, so. Hey, man, he's done a tremendous job in the regular season in his 3 years in Dallas. Now it's time to, hit pay dirt and pay it off in the postseason.
Yeah, definitely. Why, bro?
Hey, good call, Chris. Appreciate you, man. Don't get fired, dog.
Oh, my God. I'll try not to.
That's Chris, a.k.a. We Don't Wipe Those 304s. Dropping some bombs. It's interesting that he brought up McCarthy and comparing him to Andy Reid. I usually hear McCarthy and Sean Payton comparison. I don't normally hear McCarthy and Andy Reid. But I think the difference is Andy's been to 3 Super Bowls, though. And 1 and 2 in them, but he's been to 3. But I think I get where Chris was going with this one. Somebody said this is not that same defense. It is not that same defense at all. All right, Reek, before we break down this Packers team, what you calling in early? What's on your mind, man? What you got on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, Sky? What's going on, Cowboy Nation? Like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, right? Ain't nobody scared of no damn Green Bay. My thing is like this. As history has showed us, sometimes we play with our food, and we shouldn't. They're a wounded team. I seen this dude, Aaron Rodgers, in the playoffs with one leg and beat us in the playoffs. I'm still pissed off about that. I don't trust him. My whole thing is he's going to be amped up for this game because he has something to prove. Because he didn't need Mike McCarthy to win. Yeah. And Mike McCarthy is pumped up because Mike McCarthy is pumped up because they kicked him out of Green Bay and then they slandered his name. And, you know, he got a lot of peoples there. You know, he got a lot of love for Green Bay. And he kind of I want this team to go in there and stomp the crap out of Green Bay, because I hate the green of Green Bay. I hate the G's on the side of their helmet. I don't like all that cheese Rambo. I don't like them niggas. I don't like them dudes, man. So my thing is, coming out of this bye week, I want us hitting on all cylinders. I want us to beat the crap out of Green Bay. I want Dak to be mad. I need Dak to be in the film room looking at that playoff game we lost against them on some fluky non-calls that should have been called in that game. And I need us to go out there and take this game very serious. I don't want us to be laid back. I want us to go punch them in the mouth. I want us to send Micah and everybody else at them. This dunk. I want that picture with Aaron Rodgers with his eyes looking wide and the helmet up with the tear up on his nose. I want to see that Sunday. That's what I want to see from this defense. I want to be relentless and go get them.
We'll talk about the defense.
Go get them.
Talk about the defense tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And I want our team to run down their throats. I don't want to play into their hand by throwing the ball to them much, because they still got a damn good secondary, and we don't want to give these dudes no opportunities, no turnovers, no nothing. I want us to get the turnovers.
Hey, Rick. If I let you keep going, brother, you're going to list everything you want for Christmas, what you want for Hanukkah, what you're doing on New Year's.
You know it.
I feel you, brother. You want to go get the dub, man. Appreciate you, Rick. Rick.
All right, big dog.
Rick ain't playing. I feel him though, man. This is the energy we have because we hate the Packers, what they've done to the Cowboys in the bigger moments, really. Yeah, I mean, Rick, I want that too, Rick. Trust and believe me, brother. Trust and believe me. And we'll get to breaking down more detail the Cowboys defense against that Packers offense. But I specifically want to talk about the offense versus their defense. And before I do that, two things before I get into the real breakdown. Two things. First, this is a banged up team. A banged up team that the Cowboys will be facing. You know, Mike McCarthy, crazy as it sounds, he's beaten every team in the NFL except Green Bay, because obviously he didn't get a chance to play against Green Bay until now. And he's not going to face a completely healthy team. No team is completely healthy. Let me not even say that. He's going to face a battered unit. But if you watch Cobra Kai, no mercy. I don't give a damn. No one cares if we hurt. I don't care that they hurt. They lost Rashawn Gary to an ACL. Big time injury. That is a big, big deal. We'll talk about that when we break down his defense. Aaron Jones left the game with an ankle situation. Coach said that he might play. There's potential that he can play, but he's been banged up. Eric Stokes is likely not going to play. He could be done for the season. Randall Cobb's already on IR. Romeo Dobbs is going to be out. Barnes hit a concussion last week. David Bakhtiari, I mean, this dude is never healthy anymore. And Devondre Campbell didn't play last week. Probably will this week, but he's dealing with stuff. So, you know, this is a battered, banged up unit on a 5-game losing streak that I personally think the best thing they got going for them is odds. Like, what are the odds that you lose 6 in a row? You know, what are the odds you lose 6 in a row and you go back home? That's about it, man. Because I think Cowboys play their best ball. Packers play their best ball. This is a better team. You should beat this team. And I know Christian Watson was also, he left that game. They were fearing a concussion, but it wasn't. Something like the wind got knocked out of him. So he'll probably play, but Christian Watson ain't really doing nothing. But that's for tomorrow. So, you know, Dallas is going to go up to Green Bay, and I don't want them to show no mercy. None. Got to be smart, though. I'll tell you why we got to be smart here in a second. But first, I got to get OG on the horn, man. You know, it's always good to hear from B. Bird.
Hey, what's going on, Scott? I've been working a lot lately, but I have been catching your shows later on in the day or whatever.
Thanks,
so,
man.
hey, you've been doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, I wanted to comment a little bit on OBJ. A lot of people talk about his past issues as far as maturity is concerned and, you know, being in the locker room, causing problems in the locker room. I have a different take on wide receivers because I kind of understand they're so dependent on quarterbacks. They're so dependent on offensive coordinators that a lot of times they have to voice their opinion just to get the ball thrown to them because, you know, we could talk about being team players all you want, but you can't go to the contract negotiation table with 43 catches for 400 yards. You know what I'm saying? So it's incumbent upon them to do that. And so I kind of understand the whole nature of the business with them. OBJ, you know, even in Cleveland, people were talking about, I knew last year when he went to the Rams it was going to work out because part of that issue was, you know, Baker Mayfield. And we kind of saw that happen, that play out. And then we also saw, you know, OBJ go to the Rams and flourish, no issues at all. So I really think coming here, I mean, people say, well, you know, the locker room, I don't know how that's not an issue with him. I don't think it ever really was.
Yeah, there you go. Stay on there real quick. From everyone that seems to be plugged in with Odell Beckham in regards to the NFL, like inside, it has never been about Beckham being some locker room cancer. You know how many times I hear fans say that? He's a locker room cancer. People that are plugged have never said he's a locker room cancer. Where Odell Beckham's issue came at early in his career, by the way, was on the field. It was the antics on the field, right? It was the alpha. I'm the Letterman jacket. I'm that dude, and if I'm not getting the ball or we're not winning. He was kind of Dez Bryant turned up on the wrong side. Like, people got Dez misconstrued. Dez wanted to win, and when you heard him talking, it was that way. But Odell was doing weird antics. But it was never about him being divisive in that locker room. Even in Cleveland, bro, it wasn't Odell who came out and made a statement. It was his dad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Odell just kept going out there trying to perform against a bad quarterback and an organization that wasn't all that great at that time, right? And then, like you said, he goes to a better organization, a better offensive scheme, and he helps them, propels them to the Super Bowl. And he's mature. He's older. Like, the immaturity for Odell Beckham wasn't in the locker room. It was always on the field, in my opinion. And it was a matter of when is he going to grow up? And, you know, age, he said, I'm not dealing with the rock star lifestyle. I think he has. And wherever he goes, I think he'll be an asset to a team.
Absolutely. And you got to remember, if you think back, I think Stafford may be the best quarterback he's ever played with. A passing quarterback, that is. So I am on board for OBJ coming on. I think you can't have too much talent, or you can acquire someone that can help you in the long run. I think you do it. So I'm definitely on board for that. One of the things I was going to say about Aaron Rodgers is that I don't care if it's Tom Brady and you're the Jets. Anytime you get to beat a person that cause you so much trouble over the past, you beat them and you that's just another notch and a checklist thing. I think that'll be a checklist thing for us. And we can say about Green Bay being hurt and this, that, and other, but that man is still back there, number 12. I don't care. Beat him down. And I tell you what, it'd be a great confidence boost. We're going into cold weather to play those guys. We played Green Bay when we were the favorite and lost. We played when we were the underdog and lost. We've lost a lot to that number 12. I don't care if it's just him and a Pee-wee team. Beating him still means something to this team.
Yes.
And it should mean something to these fans, too. Now, I just think we need to go down there and play our game, beat the crap out of them, a solid win, and then come on back, and that's another notch in our belt. But this team still needs to gain confidence over wins like that. We're not beyond that. So I think that we go down there this week, we win this game, and I don't care what their record is. Again, the Jets don't care if Tom Brady's 2 and when he was at New England, he was 2 and 13. Hey, we get a win over Tom Brady, we get a win over Tom Brady. And that's the same thing I feel about Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to let you go, brother. That's all I had to say, man.
Hey, good stuff as always, B-Bird. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good to hear from you. I liken it to, beating if you go out there and you beat Aaron Rodgers, to beating the Patriots last year. Something the Cowboys have beaten Aaron Rodgers, so that's not like it hasn't happened. They've beaten him in Lambeau. But when you beat Bill Belichick last year in New England, that was something you hadn't done since like 96. I don't care if it was a rookie quarterback. I don't care if it was a not one of your normal teams. That's something that you need to get that monkey off your back from an organizational standpoint. And while you may beat up on this 3-6 team, if that happens again, week to week, right? Take this game for what it is. It's one of those things where it's not really pulling a monkey off your back, but like he said, okay, now we can check that off. Hadn't beat Aaron Rodgers since 2016. Now, not only just beat them, you got a chance to bury them. That's the difference, right? Like you got a chance to eliminate them from eliminate mathematically, but 3-7 is going to be hard to come back from. So, there is something to this. These next 3 games are important games for the Cowboys. Point blank period. I don't care how bad they are. And then the next checklist, because we had Bill Belichick you had to beat, bury A-Rod, and you very well may have to see Tom and get your first victory in the playoffs against him. Wouldn't that be something? But you talk about a confidence booster. You get into the playoffs and you're 4 seed, they're 4 seed, you're 5 seed. You play Tom in Tampa, and you get a victory there. That, one playoff win. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you have one playoff win this year, I would still be like, all right, I gotta get to the next one. But if you beat Tom in the opener, and then we're going way down the line, it might be a different type of booster right there, man. Different type. All right. Let's go ahead. Start talking about this Packers defense. It's a very, very interesting bunch because this is a defense that's not devoid of talent at all. This is a defense that does one particular thing really good, but they just lost one of its best players. And I just can't emphasize enough how much losing Rashawn Gary is, man. I mean, he led that team in sacks. He was top 5 in pressures. I mean, he's the reason why they were okay with moving on from Jair Alexander. Zadarius Smith, who's balling out in Minnesota, really wanted him. But he's the reason why they were okay with moving on from him. The Packers are one of the few teams who run a traditional 2-gap 3-4 scheme. Joe Barry, the defensive coordinator, that's something at least I picked up. A lot of the league now is very much multi-defense type of situation, but they are very standard 3-4 defensive team. You look at their defense from a wide perspective, 15th in points per game, 6th in yards per game, 27th in turnovers forced. Not great. 5th in the red zone, and we'll get to that here later. But they're headed by their pass defense, and all these gentlemen here on the screen have something to do with that. Jair Alexander has routinely been one of the better cornerbacks. Preston Smith, very underrated pass rusher / outside linebacker. Kenny Clark, another underrated interior guy, and Devondre, I don't know how many of y'all remember this last year. I wanted Campbell so damn bad. I thought he was a perfect fit for Dan Quinn. We elected to roll with the other guys, though. But anyway, I think those are some of their most important players defensively. But they have a few other guys that are good, and some of them, most of them, really, are in the secondary. I think that's where the strength of this team, not just their defense, this team lies. It's in the secondary, and this is very reminiscent to the Bears, where the Bears were a top 5 pass defense and bottom 10-5 rush defense. Same thing here with the Packers. Top 5 pass defense, 2nd in the NFL in yards allowed per game, 25th in rush yards per carry, 24th in rush yards per game. And you can look at it 2 ways. Well, are they number 2 because teams don't throw on them a lot? That's part of it. They're number 2 in the NFL and opponents throwing at them. 49% of the time opponents are throwing at them. That decreased to 47% over the last 3 games. So teams aren't really airing it out against the squad for 2 reasons. 1, their rush defense isn't great, but 2, they have a really good, talented secondary. Darnell Savage, Amos, Alexander, Douglas. That's one of the better secondary units you're going to run into, and that's back-to-back weeks now. Dallas is going to play against a solid secondary unit, but this one, in my opinion, is better. I talked about last week, be careful throwing around. I forget the safety we were talking about in Chicago, and he ended up getting a pick because we got a little greedy. There's no difference here. Amos, Alexander, Douglas, while they haven't, gotten a ton of interceptions aside from Alexander, these guys can get their hands on the ball. Alexander's their number 1 corner. Douglas just broke out last year, surprisingly, man. He just came on out of nowhere and balled out. But he leads the team with 3 picks, Jair Alexander, and no one else has more than 1. However, both Alexander and Douglas have 15 pass breakups between them. So, this isn't, I don't think, going to be a game you want to throw the ball around the park, especially on the road. They were aided by what I thought is a very respectable pass rush duo in Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary. But again, Gary's out for the season, the ACL situation. Preston Smith is no slouch, though. But a big loss for Rashawn Gary. We should know Preston. I think the first year he was signed in 2017? I thought he came. Was it Preston Smith who was doing us dirty in 20? Not 17. When it get 19, that's what it was. 2019, I believe it was. He had a good game against Dak Prescott, former teammate. I want to say it was that. I can't quite remember though. But anyway, man, very underrated dude. Can do a multitude of things pretty well. Traditional outside linebacker from like older days. But their pass rush, for whatever reason, y'all seem to get a shot in the arm at home. They have the league best sack percentage at home, but one of the worst on the road. You know, a weird discrepancy. Not too many teams have that wide of a discrepancy. And it all starts with the front seven and Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark, two-time Pro Bowler, is going to be a handful to deal with for Tyler Biadasz and McGovern. But I still think when you run against him, you do some good things. But Kenny Clark's a very good defensive tackle, UCLA product, two-time Pro Bowler, got the bag, one of those guys. They got guys at that, defensive line, pass rusher, secondary at each level, man, that could do some good things against you. And Devondre Campbell, man, all-pro type of season last year out of nowhere. But he did miss week 9. And I think he'll play. We'll see. We'll keep our eyes on Devondre Campbell. But I think he'll play. He got injured versus the Bills. But again, another playmaker in the front seven. If he does play, I wanted him. I thought imagine Devondre Campbell with this team right here, man. And then, of course, the Georgia product, can't sleep on Quay Walker, man. Stupid athletic. He is second on the team in tackles, but more importantly, he forced 2 turnovers and can do so many things for you because he's just dumb athletic. But here's the problem with the Packers, man. I don't think they're particularly good against the run. I mean, the stats obviously back that up, but when you put on a tape, it's like, shoot, they could be even worse. And this goes right down the Cowboys' alley, man. You definitely want to attack the Packers on the ground in this game. You're on the road, pack a defense, pack a run game. You got a shot. They're 24th, like I said, in yards per carry. They're giving up almost 5 yards per carry, Cowboys Nation. I mean, that's not great. And to running backs specifically, not talking about quarterbacks rushing, not talking about wide receiver, jet sweeps, or anything like that. They're giving up 119 yards per game to running backs specifically and 5 yards per carry. The only 2 teams that they've held running backs under 4.4 yards per carry were the Bucks, who have the worst rushing attack in the league. And then last week, they held the Lions backs to under 4.4 yards per carry, but the Lions rushed for 118 yards in a dub. So it wasn't like they were just stopping these dudes. Overall, when I watch this Packers run defense, I just don't see a defensive line that's stout, that plays on the other side of the field. It's obviously a 2-gapping scheme, so they're kind of peeking and shedding, but I just don't think they have those 3-4 ends that do that well for you. And as good as Kenny Clark is as a pass rusher and can get upfield, he's a guy that you put some bodies on him, man, and make him have to get through the muck. If it ain't Kenny Clark making a damn play, it needs to be the linebackers. And they got good ones. Quay's good. Campbell is good. But I just don't think their D-line is stout enough. And when you got a team like we are with Tyler Smith and Terrence Steele and Zach Martin, these guys want to maul you. They want to put their bodies on you and maul you. And I think the Cowboys can do that, man. I just do. Then they can do that. And I noticed one thing they had trouble with over the last 2 games was some of that tempo. But that may be a little harder to come by from the Cowboys standpoint since we're on the road. Tempo is a little easier to do at home because you're not dealing with the crowd noise. Silent count, obviously, you can do, but you want to be able to hear. So I wonder if we'll roll out that tempo that we did against the Bears. But it'll be something interesting to keep an eye on. Now, with all that said about their run defense, the Packers want you to matriculate down the field because they make it difficult for you in two departments that do matter. Third down defense, they're second in the NFL, and red zone, they're fifth. So this could be one of those games where Tony Pollard, if he busts off a 50-something yarder, 60-something yarder for a touchdown, that may be the explosive play because will you get a ton of opportunities in the passing game to hit explosive plays? Probably not. Pretty good secondary, pretty good pass defense. It may have to come off a play action, an over route, missed assignment, a great catch. But I think your big plays are going to come in the run game. And you're going to need one of these to hit. Or when you get down into that red zone, man, you have to capitalize because they want you to make a mistake. They want you to be, false start. They want you to, holding, hands to the face, turnover, which they don't get a lot of those, but they want you to make that mistake and get you in third down and long so that they can get Preston Smith. At one point, it was Rashawn Gary, but no more Rashawn Gary. Get that pass rush after you and make it difficult for you to throw on third down because they have a good secondary. So, again, don't have to do anything pretty, man. It just kind of follow the same script. Run the ball. A poor run defense. Play action. Give me a lot of that. I need 10 plus play action plays. And I mean real play action plays, right? Get creative. Their defense, they're I don't want to say edge rushers, but they're 3-4 bigs. Jaron Reed, salute to him, but I think he's playing out of position. They're not anything to write home about. Now, Preston Smith can disengage very well. I mean, Preston Smith that'll be a fun matchup because he's a bigger guy for a Tyler Smith as opposed to the smaller dudes. And Tyler likes to get into a wrestling match, but this would be another one of those things where Tyler can get more experience against a different type of outside linebacker, edge, whatever you want to call him. But I don't think you have to switch anything up offensively for Dallas. Continue to run the rock, get the play action going, be smart. And like I said last week about the Bears, you got to be smart because this is a better secondary than the ones you played last week. Take your hits. You're going to get about 4 to 6 of those 15, 20, 25, or maybe even more potential opportunities in the game. Hit about 3 to 4 of those and then score in the red zone, man. Score in the red zone against a team that's stout. Tomorrow we'll talk about the other side, but I think the game can be put away. Not too many games have been put away against the Packers because their defense isn't atrocious. But if Dallas is as efficient as they were last week, this game could be put away, man. It's no offense to A-Rod. I just think it can be. They just think it can be. I don't think there's the same mystique in Lambeau Field as it was previously. But return of McCarthy, 5-game losing streak. You haven't been home in a couple weeks. You're going to have to kind of deal with that onslaught of energy, match that energy. And if you match that energy, if you come out and you punch them, you strike first, you strike hard and show no mercy. I don't know if that crowd's going to be up for it after that. And with that said, let's get back to these lines, man. We got about 4 on the horn. I'll leave it open through 1 and I'll lock it back up. 229. You are live. What's good?
What's going on, Scott?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, why I kind of got the hot last night, didn't you? Or yesterday? Are you hot?
It's really hard to hear you, man.
Hold on a second.
Oh, boy, got your man last night. Are you high?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The boy talk about it, out of nowhere. It's about in my high. Yeah. Listen, man. Fans are wild. But what's up?
His new name. Bobby said he wanted to take him off premium. That needs to be his new name. Are you high?
Damn sure need to take him off premium. Bro, the audio sounds crazy right now, though.
But I was trying to see in a little bit in the vein of what he was talking about.
Do me a favor. Are you I gotta let you go, bro. I gotta take you off here. I don't know what's wrong with your audio, fam, but it sounds super muffled. Yeah, you're gonna have to come back, man. Sam. What's good, Sam? Sam?
What? 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 What?
All right, Sam. Deshaun, come on down.
Good morning, Sky.
There we go. What's up, man?
Me personally, yeah, I agree. You have to take their will. Like the crowd's gonna get giddy. They're gonna get excited. You got to go take their will. Like you have to run the ball down their throat to the point where they don't want to tackle you. They don't want to. They're not gonna want to sit up here and want to play defense because you have to physically take Green Bay's will. They're mad. They're pissed off because they lost 5 games in a row.
Yep.
So you got this quarterback who's me, and then you got this defense who's getting tired of this mother fluffer saying me. And I think one of the defensive players even said Jordan Love is becoming a star quality quarterback, which we haven't seen. So that's letting you know where this team's kind of heading to. Yeah, I just finished watching it. It was on the cartoon show. It was one of the defenders. He said Jordan Love is starting to become a good quality quarterback. I was like, well, damn.
Yo,
so
that's,
you have all
that's crazy. Yeah, that something's going on down there then in that locker room.
They're turning on Aaron Rodgers. So everybody's turning on him. So you're going into a field, a stadium where this team is so disengaged with each other. You just have to you got to get him out there quickly. You got to get him out of there quickly.
Bro, again, I'm trying to save this for tomorrow, but just watching that Lions game and seeing how I'm just gonna be keep it frank, how big of a baby Aaron Rodgers was after some incompletions and interceptions and just throwing fits and screaming and yelling. It's like, bro, you can't be doing this. You're the leader of this team. This is what I said about CeeDee Lamb. Hey, you can't throw fits when you don't get the rock or you drop a pass or something like that. You have to stay be composed. And A-Rod goes on the internet and goes on the Pat McAfee show and he throws people under the bus and he's throwing a fit. Bro, you sucked last week. All 3 of those interceptions were terrible passes. Terrible. You were awful. Own up to it.
Like I said, this offense has to take their will. You have to force them to literally say, I'm good. I'm just ready to go home. Once you make that key say, I'm ready to go home, you got them right where you want them. You can go and ship them up out of here.
Facts.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Appreciate you. I know that somebody in the chat said it was Campbell who brought up Jordan Love. The reason why I think it's interesting is it's different from what happened in Dallas, where the quarterback got hurt. Quarterback is out for 5 weeks, so you're backing your current quarterback, who is Cooper Rush. It's different. Your quarterback ain't out. Now, obviously, context matters, right? Like, did somebody ask Campbell about the dude? Maybe that's what happened. But wow. And A-Rod, he take everything. He get offended by everything. So, dang, I wish he was on Pat McAfee today because Pat was straight up ask him. Huh. 561, what it is, what it do?
Guy, you got me?
Yes, sir, I got you.
It's AA Ron. What's up?
AA Ron from. See, I keep thinking. Go ahead.
Not the one from Green Bay.
Okay. All right. I'm about to say, dog, why Campbell talking shit about you?
Hey, I wanted to call in because you talked about someone. You know who else sucks on Green Bay? It's Quay Walker, their first-round pick. Ooh. You said he has a lot of tackles, but when I watch Green Bay games,
but I said, and more importantly, he has 2 forced fumbles. I'm not a tackle guy. Tackles don't really matter.
Yeah,
I should say don't matter, but
he's confused on plays. Like, you remember the what's the touchdown that Dak ran against the Bears last week with the motion, the double motion? where they ran Pollard in motion and they ran.
Oh yeah, that's such a difficult play. That's why I think you should run it at least 3-4 times a game.
It's difficult for anybody, but if you get that kid spinning, like he literally looks like a chicken running with his head cut off out there. So I'm saying you have to attack Clay.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta run. I mean, I don't care how you run on them.
Yep. But run with motion. Don't get all stagnant and
let me stop. I mean, don't say I'm not saying run like right up the A gap. Let me stop right there. But continue to be creative in your run game. Yeah.
Yeah, you get him spinning. Also, Jay wanted me to tell my first experience about the rolling out the TV story. We got time for that or no? It's quick.
Oh no, we got time. Go ahead. You're the only one on the line.
Okay,
right now.
so all right, so I'm Italian American. You know, I was a little 6th grader getting shipped out to a school that wanted to be a magnet school. So I was like one of like 10 quote unquote white kids in going in the hood.
Okay.
And it was our first week of school on a Friday, and our history teacher rolled out the TV, and I was like, "Oh, what is this? We got movie time? You know what's going on?" And they turned on Friday, bro.
What?
Yes, Friday, unedited,
Whoa.
and all the kids. I mean, these are 6th graders. All the kids in the class are quoting every line to the movie, and I'm like, you gotta imagine me, little 6th grader Italian dude, going, "What the hell is this?" And then, you know,
that's so
I got my card later in middle school, but it was every time you say rolling out the TV, I just smile.
Rolling out the TV, man. That's so ratchet. So how long was your 30 minutes? What part did you get to? Do you remember? 6th grade's hard. I remember certain things.
Yeah, I mean, we watched stuff in bits. Like our school was so bad. Like we had teachers just quitting all the time. Like in drama, we didn't even have a teacher. We just watched movies all the time and played like Truth or Dare and stuff.
Okay, so your teacher was basically the teacher from. You ever see the movie Bad Teacher?
Oh yeah.
Was it Carmen Diaz? And she just rolling out all these movies that don't make no sense.
They I mean we went to different classes because it was middle school, you know. But we would watch. It was rough, bro. It was cool though. Like it definitely, you know, expanded my culture. So.
Yo, that's
every
crazy.
time you say that, you think about a little Italian dude going, "What is this craziness?"
Friday.
So, all right, bro.
First time you see Friday.
We're gonna stay safe from this hurricane. It's coming right for us.
Oh, be safe over there, man. Be safe.
Yes, sir. All right, we'll be on the horn.
What? That's a cool ass teacher, though. I'll tell you that. Friday. I mean, I've had my share of movies, hence why we do the TV rollout, but never, ever come around here no more. Never. Friday? You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. I want to know what part that they showed. What part y'all think they showed? Smokey over here taking a shit. Where he fall? My neck, my back, my neck and my back. I want to know what part. That's what I want to know. Jog your memory, AA Ron, and call back in another day. Call up one of your friends. See if they remember. That's crazy. Huh. 716, what's up? (716) what's goody?
Hey, Sky. Good morning to you. Good morning, Dallas Cowboy family.
Good morning, sir.
Sky, I'm going to be honest with you.
Uh-oh.
The Packers are having the type of season I was worried about us Cowboys having.
Okay.
You know, we lost Amari Cooper, and we knew Gallup wasn't going to play for a while. I thought, okay, I know CD, but CD as the number one came in unproven. And I looked at us and the Packers with our wide receiver situation, and that's the type of season I thought we were going to have. And then week one, of course, we lose Dak, and oh boy. But things got so much better for us. You know, CD has stepped up. The tight ends, the rookie tight ends have stepped up for us big time.
Yes, that's part of the reason why.
And of course,
yeah, go ahead.
Yep. And, of course, Mr. Brown has stepped up for us. And in a way, let's talk about OBJ rather. I'm at the feeling if they get him, they get him. If not, they don't. Do we?
Right.
Do we need him? Yeah. Do we need him? Yeah, it'd be nice to have him. Because unfortunately our 4th round pick hasn't done too much for us, and Mr. Tolbert, and so we'll see. And that's all, buddy. You guys have a great day. Thanks.
Do me a favor before you go. Are you from?
Go ahead.
Are you from Wisconsin or Minnesota?
No, sir. You ready for this? I am from Buffalo, New York, and I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan my whole life here.
Buffalo. I didn't hear that one. I was
New
definitely
York.
thinking Wisconsin or maybe Minnesota, but Buffalo. I guess Buffalo does have that twang to it. All right.
Yep.
Appreciate you,
All right,
man.
my friend. You have a good one.
You as well. That's a very interesting point. Hey, Miss Parker, when you gonna let me? That's interesting. He thought the Packers or the Cowboys would be with the Packers. I feel him. Like, get rid of Devontae Adams. You think that he's not gonna be able to? But Cowboys had CeeDee Lamb. They didn't have anybody. They didn't replace him with anybody. But I could see where you would have that type of comparison. One had a good defense last year. The other had a good defense last year. I didn't think of it that way. Damn, I definitely. Oh, come on, Anthony. Come on, man. I definitely thought Wisconsin or Minnesota. Didn't think Buffalo. Anybody else in here from Buffalo? Do they have that type of accent? I had a roommate in college from Buffalo, and now that I think about it, now his was a different type of twang, a little hood twang, but now that I think about it, they definitely had a twang to it. He used to say something that I say sometimes, and I catch myself. He used to say stuff like, man, he jive aight. Like, jive aight. Is you from Buffalo or are you from the 70s? Y'all still saying jive? Shout out to Mike, man. I can't get over this Friday thing though. Cause that ain't something you show to 6th graders. You know what I mean? Bye Felicia might be the most popular line from that movie I'm gonna put this nicely. To the masses. Y'all know what I'm really trying to say. Like, Bye Felicia picked up because of memes, but in different parts of the community, that's not the biggest line from that movie. It just picked up memes. I know what I'm talking about. Bro G, what's goody?
Sky.
What up, man?
What's up? Good morning, my man. Shoot. Man, you just caught me in the middle eating a bowl of Lucky Charms, man.
Oh, shit. I caught Bro G in the middle of the... Whoa. What's good? Lucky Charms, great cereal, by the way.
Oh, man, I was just calling because I ain't calling in a while, and I'm up early this morning on the West Coast. I want to say good morning to America's friends, Cowboys community. Shout out to everyone. Vach, Law Nation, Big Game James, Boss Cowboy.
Yes, sir.
What's up, boy, over here on West Coast Cowboy? Just want to say what's up to everyone. But I want to know what your thoughts on our chances of getting Odell Beckham, man. That'd be really. And what's our cap looking like? I thought we had like 20,000, 18,000. I don't know what happened. I heard we got like 6 million. I thought we had 18 million, 20 million to go get a player, but yeah, I'm just calling in to see what's going on with our budget.
They have enough because whatever contract that you pay this year, let's just be frank, like, it's going to be prorated in a way. So you got enough money. You can make a jump, especially when you have a multi-year deal. So the cap's not really an issue. I think it's a matter of, do they just want to take that, and I use air quotes again, I'm going to keep using them because to me it ain't much of a gamble, but do you want to take that gamble on Odell Beckham? I think the chances are good. Difference between the chances are good to land him and will they land him. It's one of those things, unfortunately, they have to do it for me to be like, oh, okay, they will do that. But history shows they don't normally do these type of things at this point in the season. But I feel good about their chances for sure.
Oh man, well, I'm like, my thing is referring to Reek. Dude, if we got the money, I mean, it's not like we can use it next year, right? Like shoot, use it, go all in, right?
Yeah. And what's funny is this ain't even a crazy all-in move because you're not giving up draft capital. You're not paying some ridiculous contract. This is just, to me, a calculated, low risk, high reward type of situation. If it doesn't work out, I don't think it'll hurt you much. If it does, I think it'll help you a ton.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm also with you because I heard you saying the other earlier this week. You would like to sign him to like a multiple year. I'm with you on that, man. Yeah, I'm with you all the way on that one. So, hey, that's all I got, man. I just wanted to see what your take was. I wasn't sure about our cap or anything like that. I know you would know. So,
yeah, I know.
Just calling in to get some info, man. Just have a good rest of your day, brother, and go Cowboys.
You said you eat some cereal. How come every time I go in the kitchen and open the refrigerator, cereal, no milk?
Oh no, we got milk.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Hello, man.
Hey, what was that, best rapper alive? He said he was in the airport. So if you want to call back in, connect to that airport Wi-Fi or what have you, and we can rap. But somebody said it sounded like you was on a plane. Damn, you got good ears, whoever said that. So yeah, you can call back in, bro. It's still open. Now let's try Sam again. Sam, you there?
Hello?
Oh, there he goes. What's good, Sam?
Yeah. So I changed my name because I didn't want to use my government name on YouTube anymore. So I'm actually the best rapper alive.
Are you for real?
What's so hard to believe about that?
Well, because I saw there was two numbers in there. There was that dude, and then there was you. But now it makes sense because I tried to get that dude, and then you wasn't answering. So I don't know, man. But you're here now, Sam.
Yeah. So I just wanted to call. So the one thing I was just thinking about is that I don't know. I feel as though like Rodgers is probably going to play like he's been playing like he's been behaving like a petulant child, and he's kind of a jerk, quite frankly. But I feel like he's just enough of a jerk to want to show up McCarthy and play well this week. And we are still, we're still the Cowboys. So, like, I don't know if it's going to be quite as easy as it should be because I think he actually might play well this week. But that's my only thoughts.
Yeah, but see, I match that. I match that energy, like, because that is a thing, right? Like, hey, A-Rod get a chance to go beat Mike McCarthy, but guess what? McCarthy get a chance to beat Aaron Rodgers, who probably had a big say in getting him booted off that team. I personally think it's more in Mike McCarthy's favor to have that type of energy than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers got so much to worry about. I bet the last thing on his mind is like, I got to get back at the dude who helped me win a championship.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I don't know.
Because I think McCarthy. I think McCarthy, and you know what? I won't even include Aaron Rodgers in this because he has respect for him. But I think McCarthy has a lot of stake in beating a franchise that got rid of him. Even though it's a business and he understands that, I think he can say, I want to go beat the Packers because they're the team that fired me, period.
No, undoubtedly, because it really looks like it wasn't his fault. I mean, the way things are going. I mean, they went 13-3 3 years, but they got booted. Either in the first, essentially, once you take out the bye, the first or second round. So,
yeah,
including at home, which is kind of embarrassing. So, yeah, no, I feel you. I hope they win. I'm excited for the second half of the season. That's it for me.
All right, man. Appreciate you, dog.
All right, take care.
I love that we're sticking to this Friday thing here. So as I go through the rest of these calls, I'm gonna hit 215, and then we're gonna end with Set It Off, Chris. Be honest. I don't even want to include 3, but I include 3. It's really between 1 and 2. Friday, next Friday, or Friday after the next. Be honest, because I got my takes on these two. Classics for sure. But the quotables quotables might not be what you think, man. Like Friday is, man, let's talk about it. Friday is Friday for sure. But the quotables on Friday or next Friday are crazy, dog. Flo said next Friday for me. Man, next Friday is crazy. Like, I legitimately had to like sometimes what happens when I watch movies or shows or stand-ups, sometimes their lingo next Friday had me saying stuff from next Friday for like a decade. And it said next Friday had pinky. Come on, man. Say it again. Oh, I say it again. And then Cat Williams. Y'all hear me say it all the time. My antennas. Like, that's where it come from. Pimp down, pimp in distress. And then when Damon calls in, I am a boy, Damon. Like, next Friday, it just is so many quotables, man. And then Mike Epps, yeah. Friday after the next. Actually, I think that's what that one is, right? Get those two mixed up. But anyway, Friday definitely is a classic, but whew. I want to know what y'all got to say about that. 215. What it is, what it do?
Good morning, Sky.
What's up, man?
It's 215 Khalil in the chat. Just wanted to shout you out. You and the work that Vach do. Appreciate y'all guys. But Fridays are definitely classics.
Yeah. 100%.
The best line, but the best line is, how you gonna hook me up with the little sister that's bigger than the big sister?
Yeah. Next Friday got some good ones too. But Friday after the next, I'm sorry, is the one that has a lot of quotables.
Facts. That's the facts. But my question is, well, even the question, this is a statement. I believe this is going to be a big game for the defense. I'm saying like 6 sacks, 3 turnovers, whether that's picks or fumbles. But I got it being a big game for this defense.
We're gonna talk about that tomorrow.
And that's pretty much it.
We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. I'm kind of along the same lines. I think this defense is going. I think defense is going to have a good day. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Gotcha. And one more quick question: with Underdog Sports, did they get the pick'ems yet for PA?
Oh, they don't have pick'ems in PA.
No, I can't do it when I'm in PA.
Let me go look it up. Real quick. Hold up, because I've been.
I had hit you up on Twitter when it happened.
Let me see real quick. I did not know that. That's a surprise because Texas, you can't even. I don't want to use that word on air, but in PA you can definitely do that. Terms of you. Oh yeah. Yup. Payment, excluding Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So it's legal in PA for drafts, but not pick'em contests. I have to talk to him about that. I got
crazy.
you.
No, I appreciate you, bro. Y'all have a good day, man. I'll tune in to 306 Mafia later on.
All right, man.
Keep doing what y'all doing.
Thanks, bro.
No problem.
All right, let's end this thing here with Set It Off, Chris.
What's up, man? That's why they call me Uncle Elroy. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call me Uncle Elroy.
Hold up. Now, I started this barbecue shit, and this is how y'all want to do me.
Dude, I'll be honest with you, man. All of them have great lines, man.
That's true.
But I really want, Matt LaFleur, because he needs to be brought in front of the congregation and walk up on Mike McCarthy and say, "Pop's tripping." You know what I'm saying? And I just want, that's all I want Mike to do. I want Mike to just, do his thing come Sunday, man, and give him that good old one-hit quitter and say, "This is my stadium, punk," and everybody roll up and say, "Hey, man, you just got knocked the fuck out. I just want to beat the Packers so bad this week. I don't care about anything else."
Hey, for now on, we are about to do nothing but Friday quotes for the rest of the week when it comes to this damn game, fam. Because you can you can take every single one of these Friday movies and equivalent it to this game. You can do it.
That's it, man. That's all I want. I want everything, all the deeds that happened to the Packers, destruction, disavow, demolish, everything. They have walked and stomped on my heart. Those dudes had my child lay in the floor crying, laughing at me. The year when Jordan Lewis and Chidobe Awuzie, we thought they were the next coming. And I watched that dude come down in the last second and throw that touchdown to Devontae Adams and beat us, man. So I want everything in the immortal words of my main man, Dave Chappelle from golly, I just want everything bad and rotten and wrong to happen to them and them alone, bro. So I want to go in there, give them their what? This will be their 6th loss or their 7th loss in a row, and end their season.
Yep.
I want to be judgment. I want to end their season because it was a couple years back. Matter of fact, when Wade Phillips got fired, that was the game that got Wade Phillips fired. That was the game that got Wade
back in
Phillips
2010.
fired. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we won 1-7.
When they went in there, yes, sir, and embarrassed them on national TV in front of everybody. That's exactly what I want to see happen.
You want to come in, Professor O? Hit me up. Yeah, I'm with you. Let me unlock this.
The conference has been unlocked.
I'm with you, bro. It is crazy. I didn't even think about that. It goes beyond 2014, 2019, and 2016, all the way back to 2010.
Yes. Yeah, that's it, bro. But yo, man, I'm gonna get off the phone, man. And I just want Helen to do one more thing for me, man. Control. Keep it together, man. I'll talk to you later, bro.
I'm seeing people. You know what? I might have to roll with this. Baby Joker's underrated. See, I got it mixed up. It is the second one where I'm like, it's good, but the third one, man, the third one is the one, man, with the quote. They all got quotes. No more locked doors. Gracias. But nah, they all got some crazy quotes. But somebody was like, we should do it every Friday. That might have to be a thing. We might have to do that. It's enough to go around. It damn sure. All right, hold up. Let me find my. I don't know if you about to drop a stat, but I don't care. We got the Professor O on the horn. What's good, man?
The conference has been locked.
What's up with you?
Just want to call in and drop some stats real quick for the game.
Oh, you do got stats for us. Of course he got stats. Professor O, what am I talking about?
We talked about doing it, so we had to get it back on and rolling. And now the bye week's over, so we got to get back on it.
What you got for us?
You ready? All right, let's go. So the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, we all know that Aaron Rodgers has been struggling this year. We're not seeing the same offensive efficiency that we'll usually see. This one surprised me. I've been struggling this year, but they're scoring on 73.1% of their red zone trips, which is 31st in the league. It's crazy. The Cowboys and Tennessee Titans are the only two teams that are scoring on 100% of the red zone trips. So we all know that Dallas has been really aggressive with the pass rush, not even really from the blitz, but just effective with the pass rush. Our pressure rate is still number one in the league at 41.9% of the time. Here's something that's interesting because you've actually brought it up on your show several times, the difference in the tight ends target shares with Dak versus Cooper Rush. So Dalton Schultz with Dak Prescott under center has seen targets on 21.9%, 20%, and 26.9% of his snaps. With Cooper Rush, it was 13.9%. So that's a big difference in terms of target share for your tight ends. This one I thought was really interesting, though. When Dak is under center, Dalton Schultz target rate increases to 30.6% of the snaps. Really interesting. The Packers' passer rating against the blitz is 75.7%, which is 30th overall. And some numbers with some context for that is when Aaron Rodgers is kept clean, his completion percentage is 70%. When Aaron Rodgers is blitzed, his completion percentage drops to 45.7%.
Oh, shit. If I had to guess, not having a Randall Cobb or a Devontae Adams, a big deal because those guys can win for you early and get the rock out. He don't got that right now.
Yes. No, not at all. This is kind of a fun stat, but Mike McCarthy is 11-4 after a bye week with his team following a bye week. The Cowboys overall are 24-10 after the bye week since 1990. That's the third best in the NFL. I didn't realize that.
Since 1990.
Only the Eagles and Denver Broncos. since 1990.
That's
34-10. Or sorry, 24-10 after the bye.
That's one of those stats where you really can't put your finger on it because there's so many different coaches that have come through, but it just seems to work out for this franchise.
Yep. And I'm going to end it with 3 quick milestone watches. I've been putting these on Twitter. I want to make sure I drop them on the call, too, so people are aware of them. This one I haven't even dropped yet, so you guys will hear it first. But Zeke is on milestone watch. He needs 1 touchdown to pass Jason Witten for 5th most in team history. So just 1 touchdown, reception, rushing, doesn't matter. CeeDee Lamb needs 5 catches to reach 200 receptions. He would be the fastest player in team. Does it? This would be his 41st game. So if Zeke can score a touchdown and CeeDee Lamb can get 5 receptions, both of them will have a milestone update. And then Mike McCarthy. We'll end it with he's going back to Green Bay. He has the opportunity with a win against Green Bay to pick up a win against all 32 teams in the NFL. Green Bay is the only team he hasn't beaten as a head coach. The Steelers he hasn't beaten in the regular season, but he has beaten in the postseason. He would have a win on all 32 teams.
Yeah, that's what I said this morning. And I didn't do the regular because it's like, dude, he beat him in the Super Bowl. So why would you not include them? Somebody had posted that on Twitter. But, yeah, now he has a chance to be one of the, handful of head coaches to beat all teams.
Yes, sir. That's all I got for you. Good show, Scott.
Thanks, man. And I'm actually you're going to bring some of those numbers back tomorrow for the defense because there was some of those that I liked on Aaron Rodgers that I want to talk about.
Okay.
But appreciate you, Matt.
Okay, sounds good. No problem.
Professor O, obscure stats of the week. Can always count on O. Woo! Y'all are dropping some quotes, man, but I haven't seen maybe I ain't gonna call it the greatest quote from the series, but that movie, one of the most underrated quotes that I still say till this day. Little Flo said, "Damn, buddy, with the stats." Bati. Me and my man Terrell used to do that all the time in school. Bati. Holy moly donut shop. But I still haven't seen it. And it was the scene where, remember the couple was trying to steal from Cat Williams' store and they caught him. And my man came over and said he was trying to lie, get his way out of it. And he looked at, I think he looked at Mike Epps and was like, "I am appalled." Either Mike or Ice Cube said, "You ain't appalled. You a ninja that steal." I still say that to this day. I say a lot of these things to this day from that movie. But man, what an underrated line. He said, "I'm appalled. You ain't appalled. You a ninja that steal." And locked his ass up. Yo, y'all about to make me go down a Friday. I'm about to watch them all. I don't know when, but I'm gonna watch them all. Ah, man, good stuff. We're ending it here with some great stats. We ended it with some Friday quotes. That'll be my new picture. Top flight security of the world, Craig. How you feeling about Green Bay, says 9 Deep. Oh, you must have just got up in here. Oh, okay. He said, what did he say? I ain't, see, whip. Whips. Yeah, that's a good line. Special K, you say that all the time? I say it all the damn. That one, the antennas one. When was your antennas when I was getting robbed? Once I got jumped by my Bobo. All right, man. Let's save some. We might have to make that a Friday thing. Y'all know me, my clever ass. I'll figure out a way to incorporate a quote, a scene, something into the Cowboys, and we'll make it work. All right, with that said, let me make sure I ain't miss no super chats. Oh, this was a fun one. I don't think I did. I might have. Then let's roll. Good timing today. Said it wasn't gonna be long. Hold up. King Element dropped a super chat. He must have dropped a super chat and dipped because he ain't active in this Friday conversation except for his super chat was.
Super chat.
He says with the $5 donation, "We're about to unleash the Aztec warrior." That's from next Friday. And I think I got, oh Lord. We don't wipe them hoes.
Super chat.
Or them 304s, I mean. Who's donating to my GoFundMe when I get fired? Says we don't wipe them 304s. Luckily, she's an Eagles fan, so this content ain't for her. And then Ryan, that was yesterday. Okay, that was a different show. All right, yeah, we good. We straight. Yeah, L, I definitely hit a. We are a family show here. I apologize, guys. Oh, King, so you've been here, King. King, I know you got all the quotes, man. But let's save them, man. Let's save them. Maybe we'll do a Friday situation. What's the day? Wednesday. So Thursday we're gonna do offense, their defense, their offense versus our defense. You know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm about to get in my creative bag for this. Seriously, we're gonna have fun with it, man. We're gonna have fun with it. Just go watch them, King. Just go watch all of them. You'll come away. It'll be a part of your vernacular. You won't want to go away from it, man. Great quotes, great stuff, good show, fantastic calls. That's why the chat is the best, especially live. There's just something different about doing a live show. I really do be bringing my energy back up. It's Veterans Day this Friday? Hold up, L. Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute now, man. Well, I don't know about that, man. I'll let you know tomorrow. I wasn't even, because I took off last week for Friday for the bye week, but I don't know, man. Appreciate you though, L. I know y'all. I know anybody that works in the governments, y'all off. I used to work in the city government. We was off, so yeah. But what I say, if the bank is closed, damn it, we closed. But we'll see. Later today, Mauricio will be back on A to Z Sports Primetime. You can also check him out on AtoZSportsDallas.com, which is scrolling down right here on the DFW turf ticker, the #1 artificial turf in the DFW area, as well as my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter and check me out later on Voch Lombardi Live. 306 3-ish Mafia. Press this button. Before I just quote every Friday line there is. I'm telling you, man, I'm making that into something. We are going to do something with it. I don't know if y'all got ideas, hit me up on Twitter. Let's make it a thing. Let's make this unique. And then go whoop the Packers' ass on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We out of here. Love y'all. Peace. That's my dog. That's my dog. It ain't your booty. It's your beauty.